Welcome back, Sunday Night Fights fans. This is Yoink. Welcome again to episode 3 of season 4 of Sunday Night Fights. If you're just joining us, we are in game 2 now of an awesome matchup between DevM and Fir3ball. Those of you that saw game 1 saw a thumping. I think that my co-caster Tommy will agree that was a thumping by DevM over Fir3ball on Angeville. DevM's rifles were everywhere at once and eliminated a couple of Fir3ball's MG42s early on in the game, leading to a crushing defeat to one of the great players of this game. Tommy, it just seemed like, you shoutcasted that first game with Ami. It just seemed like DevM had riflemen everywhere at all times. As I was watching this, I thought maybe he had like 25 rifles on the field because they were everywhere, shooting everything, and like there were 9 Jeeps everywhere just because that one single Jeep moved constantly through that game. Was it just a mark of someone who's been practicing with the Americans? Is that what you think it was?
Yeah, it was incredibly fluid US play. I mean, very, very good. Although it was exacerbated quite a bit by Fir3ball just constantly making these weird choices, these weird MG locations, a weird cap order that didn't actually connect him to anything, at least initially. You know, a double MG opening. I mean, it was just, you know, a weird opening from Fir3ball. Mistakes were made, but also DevM just, you know, that wasn't just a thumping. That was a prison shower soap incident. You know, that wasn't even funny.
Yikes. Yeah, I would say that definitely is what happened. Now, however, this is not the end. This is a best of 3 competition for this particular round. So Fir3ball has a chance to come back with his own American play here on the same map, Angeville. He'll be starting in the north, just the same as DevM did in the last game. So we're going to get ready to do this. Before we start, though, we want to remind our fans we do have 6 Company of Heroes 2 beta keys to give away here on episode 3. And for those of you that are not familiar with the way we give them away here on Sunday Night Fights, we hold a raffle where the only way you can enter the raffle is to be a follower of our channel on Twitch TV. Ami explained it a little bit at the beginning of the show. Be sure to click that follow button in the upper right-hand corner of the Twitch TV interface, and you will automatically be entered to win one of these beta keys. Now, we're going to give away one of these beta keys, at the end of this match. We wanted to do it right at the beginning of this match, but unfortunately Twitch TV is lagging, and the monkeys in the back don't have the complete list of names yet. So General Hell, our master of monkeys back there, is whipping the monkeys, and we'll have that name and that beta key at the end of the match, so stay tuned. Otherwise, we're going to get this game started right now.
Let me interrupt just for one second.
Ami.
Do you mind if you backed off the mic a bit or something, because you're a bit louder than Tommy, so maybe if you could just back up a bit or turn down a bit, it would even out a bit.
Sorry, how's that? Is this a little bit better for the Yoink?
Perfect, thank you.
All right, mic checks. It's one of the things we do best here on Sunday Night Fights. Tommy, are you ready for this action?
Oh yes, I am ready.
All right, well, I am paused at 5 seconds. I'm going to follow Fir3ball in the north so you can follow your clanmate DevM in the south. Does that sound good?
Yep, sounds good to me.
Okay, our cameraman NTD is showing us the game screen, which is good, and we're going to get this game started here in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, start. And the clock is ticking at 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. And we've got the good luck, have fun messages from both players. And we're seeing here in the north, Fir3ball, of course, building his barracks, and an engineer coming out. Standard start for the first 20 seconds of a game, I'd say.
I'd say so as well. I'm interested to see what DevM does here as Ver, because, you know, as I was saying, this map, it tends to make for some very quick games. You know, you do see long slugfests on here, but the nature of the brutal cutoffs can make for some very, very rapid games here. So I'm interested to see what both sides can pull out here.
Well, I've always said for a long time on many Sunday Night Fight shows that Angeville is my favorite Company of Heroes map. I enjoy shoutcasting on it. I really enjoy playing on it because it is, in my opinion, of all of the Company of Heroes maps, the one that has the most extreme cutoff play style. I mean, you can completely eliminate someone's resource income by cutting them off on Angeville, and I really like it. Those two strategic points at the center of the map on either side that you can just use to cut off your opponent are just amazing opportunities to use all the time to just switch the game around. You can pull off some amazing upsets, and well, I mean, we kind of saw a little bit of a cutoff game last match, but it really didn't make much of a difference due to the enormous amount of lives lost in the first quarter of the game. Now he looks like we've got Rifleman from Fir3ball garrisoning that important house there by the strategic point outside of DevM's base. He's building some sandbags there. Don't know how much it's going to help him. Now we got point-blank range rifles coming right up into the Volksgrenadier's face. I think the rifles still have the advantage here, even though the Volks are in green cover. Here we're going to see a very bloody matchup right here on this point. Oh my goodness, it looks like perhaps Fir3ball miscalculated, took a lot more casualties than his opponent did, and those riflemen are about to go down. Got to retreat, and here comes the Jeep to save him. Boy, you know what? This one bit of sandbag action here is really saving these Volksgrenadiers. They still haven't lost a single guy, and now they've jumped out of green cover to try and fight this Jeep. This is an amazing engagement.
Yeah, that was some close stuff there. Volksgrenadiers never cease to amaze me how low they can go before actually losing a man. It's got to be a testament to their sort of reasonably high health, at least compared to rifles, which tend to drop like flies.
Yeah, I mean, look, there's like a full squad of Volksgrenadiers. They didn't lose a single man. They're all just there. It looks like each one of them equally took damage. How very, you know, socialist of them. They spread the damage around very easily.
Spreading the love, indeed. Can I just get a quick time check?
Yeah, let's call it 303, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 3, 10. You with me now?
Fantastic. I'm right with you.
Alright, so now we've got bikes and Jeeps on the field. It looks like DevM is going to use that same kind of Jeep action for the Wehrmacht, just with a bike instead. I bet you he can do the same kind of terrible harassment damage that he did last game.
Yeah, bikes, they're fragile little buggers, but I mean, I don't really know what DevM's got planning here. I can sort of feel he's got a game plan. He's hitting the left with this bike and pyro combo. It's not awfully tough, but he's managed to lock down the right, certainly a lot better than Fir3ball managed to do, so I don't know what he's going for. He's got two Volks, a bike, and an MG. He hasn't lost a single man yet, so in many ways he's doing quite well so far.
Well, you know, there's only really been one major engagement so far, and it's been over by this house over on the right side, and it certainly did fall in favor of DevM, although it wasn't a complete loss for Fir3ball. It's not like he lost an entire squad like he did last game in the first couple of minutes. Now we're seeing that push here right up the middle by DevM up against this Jeep. Looks like it's going to have to get out of here, but here comes Volks. They're going right for the cutoff. I hear combat somewhere else going on. Oh, it looks like there's some Volksgrenadiers way on the far right that shoot off some engineers that were coming to sort of engage and take some territory over there. This now we're seeing cutoff action right here as Fir3ball loses this strategic point out by his base. He's going to be back to no income here unless he can get these Volksgrenadiers to scoot off.
Yeah, that's what defines this map, is the cutoff action, and if you can get the cutoff early, like DevM's doing right here, it can be really nasty. But I'm amazed these Volks have no health, but still have all 5 men. If he could just get a med pack on those guys, they would be so cost effective right now.
Yeah, indeed, and it looks like, you know what, there was almost an attempt to do a cutoff by Fir3ball, but he just went into the house down south by the German base, but didn't decide to do any cutoff action, and now they're about to be, these riflemen are going to be cut off by the bulk of the German army here. He's going to have to retreat through an MG42 and 2 Volksgrenadiers. I think this rifleman's going to go down. Oh, maybe he can escape around to the south. That's a good move. That's pretty much the only way he could do it. Did I hear a mine go off?
Now he's, I can hear a bike. Yeah, here comes the bike coming to hunt him down. He's never going to survive this free bar. Not in a million years.
Yeah, there it was. Well, now we have it again. Same kind of thing shaping up as last game. We got early squad losses. Not good for the player that loses them, obviously. And I'm sure that Fir3ball is already demoralized as it is from his first game, and it looks like it's shaping up to be the same situation again.
Yeah, I mean, I bet DevM, after such an ownage game the first time, he must have been, you know, just feeling so good with himself, and I think it's coming off very positively for his play in this game. And I think it was another engineer just went down as well. Just
it did.
All going down all over the place here.
He lost a Jeep to a Faust, and now it looks like he's about to lose this rifleman again. Ooh, man, escape behind the hedgerow. That was really close. Oh, it might go down, though, to an MG42. Oh, again. That's 2 rifle squads down for Fir3ball now in the first 7 minutes of the game. That's going to be rough to come back from.
As well as an engineer and a Jeep. Yeah, I'm not seeing any kind of a miraculous comeback here. I mean, he has managed to get his supply yard just coming up now, but you know the tier 2's already almost built from DevM, so I'm not seeing any kind of capacity for a comeback here.
Oh my goodness! Did he just throw in the towel already?
Oh,
that
wow.
might have been a towel throw in right there. He just said, LOL, WP for well played. You know, I'm looking at his army right now. He has 2 rifle squads and an engineer. That's all he's got to try and combat the German force here. It's not going to be a whole lot. It's almost like the game just restarted for him.
He just slightly lost too many units.
Yep, and that's it. Looks like playback over. It's GG. NTD, roll that video. Axis wins. All right, well, that was awfully fast, I'd have to say. Quite possibly one of the fastest best of 3 matchups we've had on Sunday Night Fights.
Yeah, I mean, that's got to be breaking some kind of a record right there. 7 minutes and 11 minutes or so, you know, both games done in less than 20 minutes. 2 ownages, I mean, Jesus Christ, you don't see that every day. And it's weird because, you know, these players, you know, the other time they faced off, I think Fir3ball got owned pretty bad. I think it was 3-0. But then the time before that, Fir3ball owned DevM 3-0. So, you know, these guys, I don't know what's up with them. Maybe they're quite temperamental, or maybe DevM's just really, really, you know, pulling out all the stops for this SNF.
Yeah, I mean, I basically what I saw was it was clear that DevM had been practicing. He's got an amazing amount of skill. Perhaps in round 1 when he was knocked out by Aimstrong, I mean, in our first season 1 episode, I mean, excuse me, season 4 episode 1, he was knocked out by Aimstrong. You know, he clearly has been practicing, and it shows, and perhaps Fir3ball just wasn't up to it. He could have had a little bit of fatigue, but yeah, his micro and his strategy, both on the macro and the micro level, were just not up to snuff. And Angoville is a map where you need to be sharp at all times. It can end very, very quickly on an Angoville map, and clearly it did. You know, just didn't go the right way for Fir3ball.
Yeah, definitely. Let there be a good moral of the story right there. If you fall asleep when you're playing on Angoville, you're gonna get that horrible prison shower, and you don't want that.
Yeah, I mean, we didn't even see tier 2 units. I mean, let's face it, that was a completely tier 1 spanking. So, you know, we all know Fir3ball is a great player. He's certainly made it to final matches as Ami had said earlier that this matchup between DevM and Fir3ball was like a rematch of our final season, our final show in season 3. So he just seemed to have an off day, you know. But we're gonna move on, I guess. He has now been eliminated. DevM moves up, and to play for our second quali spot next week to see who's he gonna face. It's either gonna be Symbiosis or Cepha, right?
Yeah, that's right. That's yeah. I mean, I'm excited to see versus Cepha. That is a game I'm really interested in seeing what happens there. So I'm gonna be eagerly watching. I think it's gonna be you and Amy taking the next one. So I'm gonna jump into the audience and have a good time.
Yeah, you know, we still want to give away one of those beta keys. I'm being told that the monkeys still have not chosen a name. This is a problem actually with the Twitch TV server. So we are still going to give away all 6 beta keys in this show. Have no fear. It's just going to take a little bit longer than we thought. So we want it to be fair. We want to make sure that all the names are included. So we'll probably do it at the end of, at least give away 1 or 2 at the end of this next match. So everybody stay tuned, and I will be back in just a bit with my co-host Ami Politsefunk, and we will be shoutcasting a new match between 2 great players, Symbiosis and Cepha. So stay tuned right after this.